Blessings, everybody, and welcome to part two of this new offering. And once again, just a little bit reflective of my own practice. So, if you've just come from Pavanmuktasana, kind of inspired to hear, your body will feel a bit warmer. If this is your practice, okay, so this part two, we're going to warm up a little bit. Just make sure that you feel ready for the practice and in terms of your body. So we're just going to notice our feet. We've come up to standing. We are at the front of our mat. We're kind of moving around, and we're noticing: are we down on our feet? Are we present? Are we all accounted for? That kind of thing. But also, how's your body feeling? Where are you at? As we move around, we're going to move into our knees and just give them some gentle little circles. And when we say gentle, they really are gentle. And then around the other way. And then come up and into hips. And we're going to find our balance crew. So just kind of taking the weight over to the right. Bring this left leg up, and as you do, just notice the breath. Let's come into that breath, that sense of being grounded, being centered. Maybe that's why you're practicing, is to get more grounded and more centered. So we're going to feel the movement of our body as we bring that foot down, change that energy over, and just going slow, so feeling our way into the movement, but your foot that you're standing on, anchoring you a little bit into the whenua, into the land. Bring it back, both feet kind of just sinking in. Yes, there's a Monty behind me. Then we're noticing, so we're going to bring that kind of focus up into shoulders. We're just going to take our arms up. Find your inhale at the very top, and then exhale. And let's kind of keep that movement going. So inhale up, and exhale, bring it down. And inhale, come up. And exhale, let that come down. Then we're going to come up on this inhale, and we're going to drop ourselves into the start of a chair pose. So take the tailbone back. Reach the arms, feel your breath. Bring the hands down to the heart space. Take the tailbone back, sink a little deeper, just finding that strength in your legs and your body, in your breath. Let's come up, reach those arms up. Take it over towards the left, just slow, the whole right side lifting up. Inhale up, exhale, take it the other way. Inhale up, reach, open up, lift everything up. Reach those arms around, lick the fingers. Roll the shoulders down, tuck the chin in. Nice deep breath. Then we're opening up. Coming back down through that chair pose. So bring it down, tailbone goes back, then belly onto thighs. Hands come down, hips lift. Let the head drop, just soften into it. Wander the hands towards the front of the mat. Find your way into a plank. Then up into down dog from there. Just slowly lifting. Give yourself all those permissions to drop knees down, to take rest, to go deeper, to do what feels good for your body. Really lifting through those hips.
is bend our knees. Then lift our hips and roll the heels down. Bend our knees. Lift the hips, roll the heels down. Couple more like that, just bending the knees. Lifting the hips, rolling the heels down. One more. Knees, hips, heels. Big deep breath. And bring the knees down. And just sit back onto your feet if you can. If you need to put something between your thighs and your calf muscles, do. Then we're coming up through the arms. This first one, we're just staying kind of sitting on our feet. We're going to reach, big circle around behind, link the fingers, roll those shoulders down, tuck the chin down. Second one of these, so really kind of working those arms down, getting into those neck muscles. And then opening back up, so coming up slow. Bring the hands down to the heart space. Lift up, tuck those toes under. Sit back on your heels. So we know this one's a little bit kind of ooh on those feet. So take a breath. Discover your itchy nose, clearing out those sinuses, that too. And then lifting from there, so that we're kneeling. Take the knees just so that they're under the hips a little bit. Find comfy. And take the arms up, reach into that space. We're going to take our left hand back of the thigh or the heel if it's easy to find. See how warm we're feeling. Reach that right arm, take the gaze up to the thumb. Feel that breath moving. Changing sides slow. Reach it back. Check it's easy to find that heel, team. If it's not, reach for that thigh instead. Lifting up. Come down slow from there. Find your way down. Knees out towards the edge of the mat. Big toes together. Cramp in your foot if that's you. And just pull the hips back, but reach those arms away. That lovely sense of stretch along the spine. Onto the hands in. Tuck those toes under. We can leave our knees down or we can come up into cowhead pose. Just wander up, check in. Everything's feeling alright. Inhale, bring the arms up. And then hands come down through the center. A little bit kind of noticing of balance. We can have fingertips on the floor. We can have knees down if this is one of those poses that's like, no, not for my body. And we're bringing our hands down, our knees down. If they were up, we're walking back onto all fours. We're going to take our left foot and step it up and come up nice and slow into our low lunge. And we're straight over this back knee to start with and just checking in on this front foot, does it need to come this way? Does it need to go that way? Where's that line for you? And this is, so newer crew, this is where we differ a little bit in that we make some room for our body. So if you've learnt tightrope, so that's being right down the centre line of the mat, but you've always found it a bit wobbly, or no room for belly and boobs, walk that foot out. And so when we come forward, we've got some room, okay, and we're not putting a twist into our pelvis. So we want to stay kind of centered, come down through that hip space, and just notice, oh, does that make my back catch? If it does, stay straight over that back knee. Then up we go, inhaling, coming up. And we're lifting and we're reaching, and then we're sinking if we've got that room, finding the breath. We're going to come forward slow, wriggle out that left foot up into tiger's tail, and just lifting along the spine, bringing that foot like it's going to touch the back of our head. So we're lifting that back knee, and we're lifting the chest. So it is a back bend, crew. So if you're feeling it, just being careful. Step that foot back as if we were going into plank, which we are. And so up slow, we can take it, keep our knees on the floor for this if it's a bit one of those days. Otherwise we're lifting up into down dog. Just that slow lift. Nice deep breath. Big Monty sigh while I'm doing that. Come forward, meet on all fours, right foot, sinking down, setting it up. So we're coming forward, letting our hands kind of just find the right shape, find the right spot for that foot, play team. Sometimes we're like diving in, so if you've already taken your arms over your head, slow down, bring it into that space and spaciousness. The mistake we make is we think, oh, I've only got this amount of time, so I can do everything really fast. We miss the whole point, which is slow down. So from up over this back knee, then take the arms up and sink. It's that beautiful yoga kind of teacher quote from somewhere, and some beautiful teacher in India got asked, but Swamiji, I can only find 20 minutes for meditation, and the Swami said to him, that means you need 2 hours. And so it's a good little adage. If you're in a rush, slow it all down. Notice your breath lift, reach into that space. As we come down, we wriggle out that right foot up into tiger's tail, and we lift up along that spine, and we breathe. And bring that foot back as if we were stepping into plank, which we are. Nice deep breath. We can chaturanga from here, or with our knees down, or we can just melt down into the floor, sink your way down. Flatten your feet, bring your big toes towards each other, lift into that cobra, just slow. Nice deep breath. Dropping it down, rolling it back. Stay on the knees for a moment, Walk the hands forward, bring the heart towards the floor, butt in line with knees team. Wandering up. If you wanted your hands forward, bring them back under you. Take that left foot forward again. Tuck the back toes under. Lift that back knee. Right heel comes across. And we're sinking into this front knee, so we want to really kind of sink that hip under us. So drop that thigh around. And then our hips are to the right side of the mat. And then we're going to take our arms out nice and wide. We're going to drop our shoulders down. I'm going to reach, looking out over that front hand. Nice, long, slow, deep breath there. Back hand to back thigh, left arm reaching up into space. Nice, long, slow, deep breath. We can sink deeper, we can lift up a little bit if we're getting the burn on a bit much. We're coming forward, forearm onto thigh, and right arm reaches, looking under that right arm. Lifting up slow, straightening out, turning the feet, and just coming slowly round into a forward fold. As we climb back, team, come around to this front foot, turn back into that high lunge, bring that back knee down, wriggle out, that left foot, step the right foot forward, high lunge, left heel comes across as we come up, setting ourselves up, so leave those arms for a moment, set the hips up. Even if you've done this a million times. So tucking that hip under, bring the hips to the side, then stretch these arms out, loosen up your toes, looking out over this front arm, checking that back arm, reach it back. Nice deep, deep breath. Back hand, so left hand goes back, right arm lifts, reaching into it, looking after that front knee, check it hasn't decided to wobble in towards the centre of the mat. And then forward, forearm onto thigh, top arm, reaching over, looking under that left arm. Come down slow. And we're going to wander around into that forward fold. So turning that foot as we do. And then dropping down. Option here, reaching those arms around, linking the fingers, lifting them up towards the roof. Let the head really drop. Bring the hands down, come around slowly into our high lunge again, low lunge. Back onto all fours. Plank and down dog if you feel like it, crew. So just kind of take yourself either into frog or up. Bring the knees down. And left knee slides it forward. Right heel under that left hip. So the start of pigeon pose, crew. Just easing that right leg back until you feel your hips have come down far enough. Try not to drop into this butt cheek, right? So we're trying to kind of come down evenly and just lift along that spine. Just realised that I'd left Monty's hoof right at the front of the mat, so I don't even know if you can see the front of the mat today. This is really reflective of morning practice, team. For me, so this is my morning practice this morning. That you are joining. From there, crew, we're going to lift. So we're going to take that left hand as our anchor, lift that right foot, reach around, see if we can find it. We might be waving at it. We might be drawing it in. Just kind of see where you're at. Let that leg go. Just come down slow. Into our more restful version, sinking around that piriformis muscle. Once you get grub, you bring the garden in with you this morning. Coming up slow. Option here of when we come up into down dog, doing that kind of dog leg down dog, so bringing that left knee up towards the roof. Normal down dog or into frog for a bit more of a rest. See where those energy levels are. Long deep breath. Meeting on all fours to slide that right knee forward, right heel under, left hip, and just slide that back leg back and start in the back stretch. Team, so sinking down evenly, so again not dropping that right hip. Nice deep breath there. Then right hand to that center, left foot comes up and we're reaching for it, waving at it, grabbing hold of it, whatever, however it arrives. Nice deep breath there. take that foot down, come round into the more restful version, sinking that down, nice deep breath there. And slowly into one of those three options. Lifting back and up, or wherever we end up, nice deep breath. Coming slowly down to all fours or around to all fours. Sit back on your feet. Roll the shoulders down. Feel how your body is feeling. Slightly stronger practice, so nice in terms of that for some, others a bit more of a challenge. Breathe for a moment. So this is a good point for some of you to take yourself down, especially if you've strung those two together, into Shavasana for a few minutes and then into the meditation if you have time. If you need to head into work or the day, or this is the practice for you, you can do that, or you can sit yourself around. And what we're doing with Shavasana and with this is integration, right? So we're letting that practice integrate. We're not diving straight into the next thing. And so some days we need to lie down, some days we might feel more like sitting up. Depends on what our body's feeling like, particularly our backs. So just kind of notice, what does your body need? But gift yourself that integration time. If you're sitting up, I'm going to do it with my one hand heart, one hand belly, okay? And I'm just sitting and I'm breathing, and I'm going to soften my gaze and close my eyes. And what I'm doing is I'm just kind of coming inward in a way, whatever's appropriate for you, but for me it's really important to kind of feel that gratitude towards my body, towards the day, towards my practice, feeling that sense of being connected in. So I'm going to breathe, I'm going to soften, I'm going to feel the buzz in my body. I'm going to, congratulate myself. I took that time, I stopped, I did my practice. It's not a chore, it's tending my body. Tending my being. I'm noticing the quality of my mind. Can I find some spaciousness in there, some quietness? Can I expand that? And if this is the point where you need to go back into your day, then feel that gathering of yourself for that. Take that beautiful energy of your practice with you, if you're going on to the meditation, just move from here to SoundCloud and just take your time. But many blessings, crew. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to these new offerings.